So I'm Salvatore Bonaccorso. I'm the head of open innovation at Fincantieri, and today I want to guide you quickly through an introduction of our group, what we do, our open innovation strategy, and what are the main technology vertical we are looking for, especially in the Korean ecosystem. So Fincantieri is one of the biggest shipbuilding group in the world. We are headquartered in Italy. However, we have 18 shipyards distributed across 3 continents. So half of the shipyards we operate are in Italy, so 9 of them, and the remaining in the United States, 3, Brazil, and then Europe we have Norway, Romania, and the only shipyards currently in Asia is located in Vietnam. We are the only shipbuilding group with such a complex network of globally distributed shipyards, which is a pro on one side, of course, because we have a global presence, but on the other side, it puts very complex management issues whenever you have to run such a complex network. In terms of revenue, last year was 9.2 billion euros. And another interesting data point is that our order book or backlog is 63.2 billion euros. This means that our shipyards are basically full for the next 10 years. This is, of course, good from a business perspective, but on the other side, it first puts a lot of more pressure for us to innovate quickly, because it means that we already sold the ships we will be delivering in the next 15 years. But at the same time, it gives us peace of mind. 25,000 is the number of employees. Around half of them are located in Italy. In terms of business areas where we are active, as you can see in the slide, one is cruise. For the cruise ship segment, we are the global market leader. We hold more than 50, almost 60% of the market share globally. Second segment is defense. In defense, we are the sole supplier of the Italian Navy. But we have also a number of international collaborations. Notably, the 3 shipyards we have in the United States are 90%, I would say, dedicated to the US Navy. So we work also with the US Navy. And then we have a number of other international collaborations. In the defense space, we not only build naval vessels, but we are also building submarines. And most recently, you see underwater on the right, submarines is what we call the conventional underwater. But last year, we officially launched a new line of business, the underwater one. And in that case, we are focusing on autonomous underwater vehicle to address critical use case like patrolling and monitoring critical infrastructure like underwater power cable or oil pipeline or underwater communication cable that are very critical for all the countries around the globe. And last but not least, we have the offshore segment through our subsidiary VARD, located in Norway. Actually, the shipyard in Vietnam is operated by VARD. We are active in the space of highly specialized offshore support vessels like cable layer, for example, field development vessels, but also icebreaker. Last but not least, of course, many of the technologies we are installing on board our ships are developed internally, from more digital enabling technologies to like automation and also marine systems and components. And Fincantieri is also holding, so we operate businesses that are sometimes adjacent, sometimes not to our core business. For example, will be port infrastructures, but also bridges and hospitals. That's in a nutshell what we do in terms of open innovation, how we operate. That's pretty simple. Basically, we act as an open innovation business unit as a link between the internal innovation demand and the external innovation offer. So on one side, we have to create and cultivate a strong internal network to understand what are the needs of our business unit in order for us to achieve our industrial plan. And on the other side, we need to be present in the most relevant innovation ecosystem globally. That's why we officially landed with our innovation hub in Korea, in Seoul, last year in July. And we also operate an international innovation hub in Silicon Valley. Of course, Europe and Italy, it's our home, so we are very active also there. And then, what's our role? We basically connect these two worlds. We do basically technology matching. It could be so-called push open innovation. So starting from specific needs from the business unit, we do focus scouting and we deliver what the business unit need. Or it could be like serendipity. We know what the business unit need. We are at events like this, we randomly bump into a cool startup and say, hey guys, we think we should work together because you do something that is very relevant for our business. And there are many different ways in which we can collaborate with startups, from the most classical pilot projects to co-development together. You will hear some examples later. Where is the last slide? Because time is almost over. This is just to give you an idea of the what we call our innovation plan. So the different technology vertical that are part of our technology puzzle that we are looking to work with external partners, from energy transition to digital services and offering, operational excellence, new business opportunities and new technologies. Just to give you an idea, so this is covering basically the all value chain of our product, from the propulsion system to all the technology we install on board, to operational excellence in our shipyard, so new production and manufacturing technology, to operations on board our vessels. And so the new business like floating wind offshore or underwater, I mentioned earlier, autonomous underwater vehicle, and other new technologies with horizontal impact on basically all the businesses like machine learning or additive manufacturing or quantum that are basically disrupting transversally all the other technology verticals. Well, I think that's all. Right on time. Feel free to take a picture to our slide. We will be available later for networking. Thank you for listening.